Welcome to the special series on working from home in the context of the pandemic. While these are not real stories of people associated with software, this definitely has impacted many people working in software. So, this is definitely relevant for the software people as well as anybody who works from home. Some things are probably more pronounced when it comes to software teams. We've talked a lot about agile teams being effective teams or high performing teams, and it is about effective teamwork. While the classical agile models prefer co-located teams, many teams have evolved their own ways of working in a distributed manner. The distribution can be across time zones, across geographies, or across physical locations, even in the same city or across multiple buildings in a campus, etc. By adopting principles of fractal organizations, of being able to replicate small self-organizing teams and structures such as team of teams, etc., many have internalized the principles to be effective. But now, the pandemic gripping the world has made teams not only distributed but suddenly more dispersed. While dispersal in biology or chemistry makes a solution homogeneous or enables propagating, let's say, seeds, etc., in this case, this kind of a dispersal of the team members suddenly not being able to congregate, not being co-located, causes disruption. Individuals and teams now need to think of ways to become extremely fractal and still be cohesive. Specific actions and priorities will depend on your context and the readiness of the team. Still, a few tips from what I have observed in teams and in being effective is what I'm going to be sharing next. And in the subsequent episodes, my colleagues, other coaches from PM Power will also be sharing their own experience and their own guidance. We hope that this will be useful for you, and please do share your own experience that will add to the collective knowledge of the community. I want to talk about three types of activities. The first is going to be managing one's time. So when it comes to time planning, you work out a time slice schedule for every working from home member. While you are working from home, and if you have someone else who also is in the same situation, you need to figure out how time is going to be managed or divided or shared across everybody. This could also be very relevant if you are staying in a shared accommodation, like a paying guest accommodation. You work out a roster for the homework responsibilities, whether it is cooking, cleaning, shopping, caring for the kids, etc. But do not forget to include some me time for every person. And you also should have some home time when everybody at home will be together, whether it is having a meal together or some playtime together. Think of ways of using the time that you saved by not commuting. You can also think about rescheduling most of your daily routines to take advantage of the early or late hours when it might be easier to get some quiet time. Looking at activities that need to be taken care of at home, you first need to make some work space that is segregated from the other heavy activity spaces at home. If required, maybe consider setting up some temporary curtains. Explain to the children and other non-working family members the need for some quiet time. Have some board games that everybody can play. Make up new games or variants of popular games that can be played indoors. And with trusted neighbors, explore options of rostering the kids sitting responsibilities while maintaining adequate health practices. Now, some thoughts related to work activities. Because this has now changed the way teams are working, one of the first things that you need to relook at are the team working norms or the team agreements. Ensure that there is an understanding, you decide how you will stay in touch, how you will support each other, etc. Have some backup connectivity options and let the other person know the priority and the hierarchy of fallback. Because sometimes it has happened that you are on an internet call, a conference, and suddenly your signal drops. If you want to call the other person on the phone, who will call first? Or who will reply? Reduce the number of meetings needed. While this also indirectly might reduce the contact time, which is very, very essential, making smaller meetings more effective by reducing the duration of the meetings and stay focused and get to actions very quickly. As I mentioned, you also need a protocol for calling back when a call drops, whether it's the initiator or the receiver who would be retrying, so that you not end up in getting busy tones at the other end, keep playing telephone tags. And to sense call drops, keep acknowledging the other person. Otherwise, no one may just keep talking even after dropping out of the call or after the other person drops out of the call. Use video calls as much as possible to ensure attention and participation, and to a limited extent, eye contact. Ensure that everybody in the call participates. Ask questions or seek feedback by name. You can also have participants in a call use a shared whiteboard or a wiki to record notes, questions, etc. So there is also some activity that is connected to the discussion that is going on. You can use asynchronous discussion threads like Slack or Teams, etc., for longer discussions. You can also consider having some chat room type of locations open so that anybody who just wants to have a chat can come in there. If they find someone, you can have a conversation. It's also very important to update any common planning and tracking boards regularly so that everybody gets to see the current status, and schedule mini retros at least every couple of days to explore ways of improving the distributed work from home model that is most suitable for the team. I hope these tips are useful for you. Stay safe, stay at home. We'll get over this soon. All the best. In subsequent episodes, some of my colleagues will also be sharing their perspectives.
Please share your experiences on what's working and what's not. This way, we hope to help others and ourselves navigate this time in the best possible way. Do write to us with your insights and thoughts at podcasts@pm-powerconsulting.com.